I never get a book without reading through the whole goddamn thing. Either I get the book and I'll look at it a little bit and say, this does not relate to my life, and I'll throw it away. If it does relate to my life and there's wisdom in it, I will go through it and then I'll go back through it. Because you only become good at soaking up knowledge through repetition. You only live the knowledge through repetition. A guy asked me, he said, Marquett, you seem to be really good at soaking up knowledge and memorizing it and assimilating it and then sharing it back out. How do you do that? It's no special talent. It's the old-fashioned thing called hard work and repetition. I'm writing my book right now. I get to reflect on my life. And I remember during the summer in Berkeley, in college, I only did 4 things the whole summer. I talked to girls. That's all I did. I went to the gym. All I did. I worked a part-time job. All I did. And then I memorized The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Those are the things. That's all I did. And when I did each of those things, I was highly focused on that one thing at a time. You might ask me, how can you memorize a book? By rereading the over and over again, by rewriting it over and over again, by saying it out loud over and over again. I was in college. I graduated in 2009. That's over 10 years ago now. I memorized the book in the summer before I graduated. That's why to this day, I can quote the Master Sun Tzu. I can tell you the Master Sun Tzu says, though haste can be folly, delay is never wise, which is to say, get that in today. Don't hold back. Get after it. I can tell you the Master Sun Tzu says, attack soldiers in the evening when they are dull and homesick. Right? Which is saying if you're going to go at your enemy, go at them when they're weakest. Don't go at them in the morning when they're just waking up. They got all their energy. Go at them at the end of the day when they're tired from marching. I can keep on with Sun Tzu quotes till the cows come home. I can tell you the Master Sun Tzu says, you are infinite. You begin and end again like sun and moon. You leave and return again like the 4 seasons. I can go on, and that's 10 years ago I started to memorize that. Why? The mind becomes strong and hardcore when you make it. There's not a on the planet Earth who was born a genius. I don't give a shit what people say about IQ. Hard work will beat IQ every time. I can remember the quotes because I went over them again and again and again. Why? Because I knew it was valuable knowledge to soak up what the Master Sun Tzu had written down for all of mankind. He's called the Master Sun Tzu, a master. So why would I be so ignorant and foolish not to soak it up so much that it's tattooed on my brain? I don't get tattoos on my skin. I got many tattoos on my brain, and I can remember it and keep going on quote for quote because it's stuck in there. And how did I do that? By reading it, by writing it, by reciting it over and over again till it wouldn't come out. They say the difference between an amateur and a professional is that an amateur practices until they get it right. A professional practices until they can't get it wrong. That is the intensity you must have. People who are successful in one area of life, high performers, if you watch them do something else, they generally do it really well because they're intense and detail oriented. Elon Musk, his first company was PayPal. Now he's doing SpaceX. Now he's doing Tesla, a car company, a rocket company, a payment processing company. Why? Is it because he knew about all this? No, because he has an intense attention for details. He knows how to create systems and go back through this scientific process of success. It's a process. No one just starts and gets it right. It's very rare, and he doesn't waste time. He's focused in doing things that are meaningful. And I want to let you in on a goddamn secret. People are always talking about do what you're passionate about. Sometimes what you're passionate about does not pay. So I'm telling you to do what pays. Your mother father, Marquett Burton, is telling you, son, do what pays. Because when your ass is broke, no one loves you. As a man, when you go broke, you don't have to support you. You understand? So I'm telling you, do what makes a buck. And let me let you know, if you're a disciplined man, you don't have to love with what you're doing. When you're a disciplined man, you can make yourself love it. God damn it. You think I love running in weather that's 103 degrees where there's no coolness in the shade? Hell nah. But if you ask me while I'm doing it, I'm going to tell you I love it. If you like it, I love it. And also another thing I want to talk about, mindset, and I'm going to get to your questions too. I literally will lock myself in my closet. Now, my closet is probably bigger than yours, granted. But if you have a decent sized closet, I'll go in my closet. I'll sit down on my feet. I'll close the door and turn out the lights. And I will visualize stacks of cash money. I like my money in cash. Stacks of cash money everywhere, all over the closet, everywhere I look, money all over the place. I visualize that and I just focus on that. And then I visualize what I have to do to get this money. Because there's certain things I know. If I do this, I get paid. Some of those things I don't really love doing, but I visualize doing those tough things. I visualize sitting at my computer, doing that work. I visualize writing that book. Whatever the task is, I go through it in detail, especially the parts that I don't like. Because just like boxing, that's why I love boxing. It's a great metaphor for life. When you get punched hard, that's when you want to quit. So I visualize getting hit hard by life, getting hit hard in the boxing ring, and I visualize continuing on the path. Because if you've ever started boxing or you look at amateur boxers who are new to the sport, you notice when they take a flurry of punches, they start swinging crazy, or they start retreating, or they start like wanting to quit, or they hit the canvas and they don't get up. A trained boxer expects to get hit. A real man expects life to have challenges. So a trained boxer, when they start taking on punches, they cover up. They know how to block. They expect it. Why? Because they've trained for it. They've been through it physically. They've been through it mentally. That's why I do two things. And knowledge is gold. Because when you read a book, you get to pick the brain of geniuses, accomplished men you'll never meet in your real life. Russell Simmons writes, there are two things. There's prayer and there's meditation. Prayer is when you're asking God to help you. Prayer is when you're speaking to something beyond you, saying, help me out, make a way for me. Meditation is when you're asking yourself. Meditation is when you're saying, I can do this. You're talking to your damn self, saying, Marquett Burton, you're a bad, and I need you to get all of your energy together to achieve the following goal. Meditation is when you talk to your goddamn self. Absolutely, you need to pray, but you damn sure better meditate too and talk to your goddamn self. Talk to the God inside of yourself. Let yourself know you're a bad. Remind yourself of who you are and demand of yourself that you get the job done. You might pray, that's all well and good, but don't forget to meditate. I always make sure that I meditate, tell myself what to do, give my soul an order of what I needed to get done. Folks, I apologize for turning up too high on you. I just had a lot held in, and this world is spinning so fast with so much crazy stuff. I just want to be able to fellowship with you and really give you some of this game. Let me get to these questions. What time do you wake up? Paras Randahwa. Is that an Indian name? By Indian, I mean from India. I'd be curious. And please forgive me if I've mispronounced your name. Do let me know. I wake up not by an alarm clock. I wake up by my natural body's clock, which is different times depending on when I went to sleep. I do business in different time zones. I got employees in China, folks working for me in Ukraine. So they're way ahead. So sometimes I'm talking to them at 3 a.m. and for them it's, middle of the day. So I go to bed at different times. Generally speaking, I never wake up later than 9 a.m. Never. The earlier you wake up, the better. But let me tell you this. The key is to find out what works for you. Notice, I never tell you guys to be Marquett Burton. I give you guidelines of best practices, and I encourage you to go deep inside yourself, figure out who you are and what works for you. But generally speaking, I don't want to hear this, I'm a night person. I want you to, hey, if you stayed up till 3 a.m., get your ass up early in the morning. There's nothing better than waking up early. It will always benefit you, especially if you're a house guest. If you're staying at someone else's house, you really better get up early. If there's a woman around you, you really better get up early and set the standard. When people show up early, when they wake up early, early is never doubted. Early is always viewed as a good thing. Late, on the other hand, is always viewed as a bad thing. So the earlier, the better, folks. Best way to sharpen your mind is to put your mind through trial and trouble and tribulation and challenge and test. The reason I memorized The Art of War by the master Sun Tzu is to challenge my mind. And you'd be shocked at what your mind can achieve. Your mind becomes sharp by challenging it. It's simple. So try to memorize a book. That's a great way to challenge it. Be around intelligent people, engage them in conversation about meaningful things. Learn about something new and complex. That's how you challenge your mind. But I always say, make sure it's goal-oriented. It's related to this you actually want to achieve. Don't do random things. Don't do a crossword puzzle. Say you get really good at crossword puzzles. How's that going to help you in life? It's probably not. So you're saying hard work. You can hard work your way past someone who has natural talent. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. As long as they're not outworking you. If someone is working harder than someone with natural talent, yeah, they're going to get passed up. Think about it. All the things that you want to thrive in business, most people don't have natural talent in business. Boxing's not about natural talent. Boxing is about discipline, heart, desire, toughness, ring generalship, IQ. Can someone outwork Michael Jordan? Absolutely. Can you train yourself to be faster? Absolutely. Is he the best at everything? Shooting, dribbling, driving, jumping, dunking? No. He doesn't have natural talent in all of those areas. So what you're looking to do is to outwork him in the area that's going to be most effective for you defeating him. The master Sun Tzu writes, quote, "Victory is fashioned from the dynamic of the enemy." Victory is fashioned from the dynamic of the enemy, meaning that you will win by studying your enemy and finding out where they're weak. We're all human. We're all imperfect. They're weak somewhere. Jordan is weak somewhere. I believe there's a documentary called Winning Time with Reggie Miller, and it shows him stunning on Jordan. I think there's also a video clip you can see Allen Iverson stunning on Jordan. I think there's many clips you can see of people dominating Jordan in a given moment. So yes, hard work can win. Yeah, Musk is a smart guy. I agree. That's correct. It's all about that consistent discipline. And the key to being a disciplined man is that you're able to get your emotions in check, because discipline's about doing all of the necessary things on a regular basis. In fact, Muhammad Ali had a quote where he says, "I don't start counting my sit-ups until it starts hurting, because those are the ones that count." You see what I'm saying? It's a difference in mindset, that you're willing to put yourself through the suffering and through the pain. Discipline is hard. The reason people are great is because they separate themselves from others by doing the things others won't do. And that's what allows them to have the good rewards and fruits that others won't have. And as Jabrizi Magic said in our last call, he said, you cannot cancel genius. You don't wake up genius. I can assure you, Elon Musk is not special. I will bet your ass that Elon Musk and Albert Einstein have spent many, many hours in study. And I bet my ass that if you studied long and hard in the same topics, you'd be just as sharp. I feel that, but I made a buck till I could do what I was passionate about and not have to worry about money. Hey, brother, we don't all walk the same path. You got to do what's working for you. And that's the key. Do what makes $1 until you can do what you really want to do. That's the only reason we try to make dollars. If you didn't have to make the dollar, we would all do what we really want to do. Me personally, I do what I want to do every single day. Most of it are things that don't make $1. Like right now, I haven't made any dollars. I actually shout out to the person who donated, but this is not a money machine for me. but what it is a joy machine. What it is a legacy machine. Like, I want my name attached to you guys. Just like when you have children, your name is attached to them because what you have taught will stick with them and they will thrive by your lessons. I want you guys to thrive by my lessons. I want to be attached to your successes. I want you guys to win and mention my name in your book. I want the millions of people who read your book to read my name in your story. So when you're winning, I'm winning. So absolutely, this is something I want to do. And I can do this because I've taken care of the basics of making a basic living. So you're right. You do have to take care of the basics and then you can do what you're passionate about. But I encourage you to always do what's profitable. Never let that go.